Rica! Welcome to a new episode of Let's Talk Taíno. I'm Priscilla Colon, co-founder and creative here at Casarito, where our mission is to promote the Taíno language and culture. Today, we're going to be talking about conjunctions. And don't worry, I'll explain what that means. These words, these conjunctions, are going to help you make longer phrases and sentences so you can become more fluent in Taíno. Are you ready to get started? I am. So let's go. So conjunctions connect words, phrases, or sentences. You know these. You've used them fairly regularly when you speak in English. Two of these conjunctions in English are the words and or. And is a conjunction that adds information. Or is a conjunction that gives a choice. So let's look at these examples. He wants eggs and bread. That and adds information. It says that he wants bread in addition to eggs. Do you want coffee or tea? In this example, the or gives a choice between coffee or tea. So you see how these conjunctions work? Now let's take a look at these same conjunctions in Taíno. So let's take a look at the first sentence. He wants eggs and bread. We actually have learned the word for and before. So let's put it together in this sentence. Lik acheka ashukunagu ota pan. He wants eggs and bread. That was simple enough. Do you want to take a look at or? Now let's take a look at the conjunction or. In the example, we said, do you want coffee or tea? How would we say that in Taíno? Well, we can say, buk acheka café o di té. So you see, o di is or in Taíno. Now I have a challenge for you. We're going to do a fun activity where we take a look at a picture and describe it using a full sentence. However, I've blanked out the conjunction, so it's up to you to figure out whether we should use ota and or odi or. Are you ready? I think you're up for the challenge. Let's go. Let's take a look at this first picture. Ben has a brother and a sister. So, how do we fill in this blank? What is the conjunction that we need to use? That's correct. Ota. Now read the whole sentence with me. Ben agama hek awala ota hek epaya. Ben has a brother and a sister. You see how cool that was? That was a pretty long sentence, and we were able to put it all together because now we know the conjunction ota and. And don't worry, if you don't know all of the words in this sentence, I've left the previous episodes where we cover family members and so much more down in the description. Let's do the next example. Oh, from the pictures, I can see that this is going to be a choice. So let's take a look at the sentence that we need to complete. Yes or no? What is the missing conjunction? That's right, odi. Read the sentence aloud with me. Han odi ua. Yes or no? Here's a famous Boricua. We all know who she is. So let's describe her using a conjunction. The sentence is, Jennifer sings and dances. How do you say and in Taíno? Correct, ota. Now let's put that together and read the whole sentence aloud. Jennifer iraha ota araguaca. Jennifer sings and dances. Now let's take a look at the last slide. It looks like we have a choice again. So that should give you a clue as to which conjunction we need to use. Do you like dogs or cats? How do you say or in Taíno? I knew you knew it. Odi. Now let's read the whole sentence. Buk aiwa aonagu odi yamuinagu. Do you like dogs or cats? You see how simple that was by adding a small conjunction, ota, and, or odi, or. You can connect a lot of different words, phrases, and even sentences, making you even more fluent in Taíno. We have come a long way, and that makes me super excited to see everything we've learned. So why don't we review one more time all of the words and phrases that we learned today? Ota, and. Ashukunagu ota pan, eggs and bread. Hek awala ota hek epaya, a brother and a sister. Iraha ota araguaca, to sing and dance. Odi, or. Café odi té, coffee or tea. Hanhan odi ua, yes or no. Aonagu odi yamuinagu, dogs or cats. Babarika! Welcome to a new episode of Let's Talk Taíno. I'm Priscilla Colon, co-founder and creative here at Casa Rito, where our mission is to promote the Taíno language and culture. So last week, we started learning about conjunctions. Those are words that unite words, phrases, and sentences so that you can become more fluent in Taíno. This week, we're going to learn a new conjunction, the word for but, B-U-T, and we're going to be practicing how to use it in sentences so that you can make even longer sentences in Taíno. Are you ready to get started? I am, so let's get going. So as we learned last week, conjunctions connect words, phrases, or sentences. And is a conjunction that adds information. Another conjunction you use is the word but, and it is used to contrast information. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. She sings and dances. That means that the dancing is added to the singing. In the second example, she sings, but she does not dance. The conjunction but contrasts information that follows. So, dancing is not something that she does. Now, how do you know which conjunction to use in a sentence? Well, you can look for context clues. Context clues are other words in the sentence that tell you which conjunction you should use. So, after and, which we learned is ota, you'll find related information. After the conjunction but, which in Taíno is mem, you will find information that includes no or not. So no or not is a context clue. If you see it in a sentence, you know that the conjunction you should use is mem, but. Let's take a look at this first example. You've seen this sentence before. Jennifer iraha ota araguaca. Jennifer sings and dances. Now let's take a look at this sentence. Adele iraha mem tukmat araguaca. Adele sings, but she does not dance. Did you see the context clue? Mat, not? That's how we know that we should use mem, but. Now let's do an activity. On each slide, you're going to see a picture and a sentence with the conjunction blanked out. Just like last week, we're going to add in the conjunction. But this time around, we need to look for context clues to know if we should use ota, and, or mem, but. Let's take a look at the first picture. You've seen a similar sentence before. He ate eggs and bread. Do you see any context clues, like no or not? No, I don't. So I need to fill in the blank with and. Otta. Now let's read the sentence together. Lik eka itpa ashukunagu otta pan. He ate eggs and bread. Let's take a look at this next picture. Now, the first thing we want to do is look for context clues. Ah, there it is. I see mat and not. So I know that we need to use mem, but. Now let's read the sentence. Dak asa te, mem dak mat asa cafe. I drink tea, but I do not drink coffee. Actually, that's a lie. I drink tea and coffee. Now let's take a look at this sentence. Ooh, it's really big. So first, let's look for context clues. Do you see any mat or no or not? No. So which conjunction should we use? That's correct. Otta, and. Let's read the sentence aloud. Guac guarico yamayeka. Ota guactoca taíno. We come from Jamaica, and we are Taíno. Do you see how ota added information? So, in this sentence, the people who are speaking are both from Jamaica and they are Taíno. Also notice that we learned a new verb, guarico, which means to come from. So you can use it by saying dak guarico, then fill in the blank with a word such as dak guarico Boriquen. I come from Boriquen. Now let's take a look at our last example. This also is a big sentence. Let's first look for context clues. Do you see mat, no, or not? Yes, I see them too. So, which conjunction should we use? That's right, mem, but. Now let's read the whole sentence aloud. Buk acheka hek karohena. Mem buk mat agama agukat. You want a car, but you do not have money. Well, that's kind of sad, isn't it? But there are other more environmentally friendly ways to get around, such as riding a bike or taking public transportation. So you see how cool that was? Just by adding ota, and, or mem, but, you're able to put longer and longer sentences together. You have become very fluent in Taíno. I am so proud of everything that we've accomplished so far. In the meantime, why don't we review one more time all the vocabulary that we learned today? Guarico, to come from. Guac guarico, we come from. Yamayeka, Jamaica. Ota, and. Guactoca Taíno, we are Taíno. Dak asa, I drink. Dak mat asa, I do not drink. Buka checa, you want. Karohena, car. Mem, but. Buk mat agama, you do not have. Agukat, money. So for today, if you want to practice using the conjunctions ota, and, or mem, but, why don't you leave a couple of sentences in the comments? Just use one of the conjunctions to put them together. If you want to continue practicing with us, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we can continue the conversation. You can also join a study group such as Taíno Corner, or take advantage of so many materials that are available, including activity books, children's books, and so much more. I will leave all of the links that I can in the description of the video below. As always, I can't thank you enough for being here with me week after week learning Taino, learning more about our culture, and discovering who we really are. I know together we can do it. In the meantime, tay kara ya guaitiao nagu.